Welcome to Married with Gaming. I'm Jen.
I'm Mike, and we're going to be taking a look at Wierd Wars Rome. It is a setting for Savage Worlds, um, but it can be, I've borrowed things, you can use it for a lot of different things. Um, Basically, what it is it's set during the time of the Roman Empire and Republic, depending on where you want to play. You're playing part of the military, and it's against the supernatural and the monsters out there. At the same time, you could be fighting against Hannibal
Hannibal or the
or
Gauls or the
Gauls.
Druids. So you could in essence recreate some more historic
Yeah,
battles
and
and
this it does
conflicts.
it does have a lot of like short version of historical information in here, talking about different time periods. Um, what's neat is it does have some Latin sections, titles. One thing, since it is Roman military, they do have a section on female characters.
Yeah, because
And,
historically female characters were
well,
not legionnaires.
yeah. Do you want to read this out?
Yeah.
Uh, Go ahead.
So female characters cannot be legionnaires in a historical setting, but they can serve certain roles like auxilia, consorts, priestesses, local spies, and scouts. In this game too, they call the game master the war master. So they said the war master could also fit females into specific missions, like escorting a senator's daughter to her betrothed or make a speech, or a cunning husband or father might even use his wife or daughter's feminine wiles to get close to a rival and assassinate him. And it also says that historically female gladiators existed, and she might attach herself officially or otherwise to a legion's command.
Yeah. And, well, in a game where zombies, vampires, Cthulhu, possibly monsters and things exist,
You could have a female legionnaire.
yeah, it depends on
How historically accurate you want to play it.
in regards to that.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be limiting unless people wanted to embrace that part of the game. But like I said, it uses Savage Worlds, so it's a pretty simple system where your dice are your stats. So it goes D4, D6, D.
And then you have edges and hindrances,
Yeah.
like merits and flaws, basically.
And it goes over the historical weapons that you carry. Big glossary, which is helpful uh, if you don't want to do all the research and such on your own.
I think it's
Um,
kind of interesting to have all the
It's also neat because it covers the different
stuff.
times of the
Yeah.
empire in which you set your game with a very simplified overview.
Yeah.
And then it has all the secrets, which include secret societies uh, that know about the threat and know how to combat it. Like the Twilight Legion, they have listed that knows how to fight monsters.
The Cult of Mithras.
Yeah, the Cult of Mithras, which is kind of a priesthood.
Battle priests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And they know how to fight the creatures, the horrors.
Right.
This is, I think they define this as a military horror game.
Yeah. And of course, fighting monsters, kind of, I mean, you go crazy.
Yeah.
You see that. You go under stress, which I think that's an important part to have in a horror game.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Cthulhu, Ravenloft, Aliens, you need something that impacts the character in the game a little bit. Because if you're just playing a regular, like D&D, you see a monster, you kill it or run away, fight it another day. But
and I think, I mean, yeah, you could just role play that fear, but I think having a mechanic on your character sheet helps keep that to the forefront, because sometimes you get, at least for me as a player, I get so engrossed in my story and what's going on that I will forget to play some of my character traits. So having something, a mechanic that keeps it in the forefront for you, I think is important.
And it talks about spoils of war, treasures. Like I said, it covers all the different time periods and different things of what was going on with Rome and its enemies. And it's kind of a neat little overview in that respect, just from if you're just interested in the history. But it also covers now, there's things with the, Egypt or Egyptus, however they pronounce that, and how that's where one of the settings in the book goes to. Because, of course, Egypt had magic priests and all kinds of things. But overall, it's kind of an interesting setting. I thought it was pretty cool.
I think it could be a cool, even just as a resource for like creating other towns or in your own world, just to have some Roman influence stuff or borrow from it. It'd be kind of cool.
I mean,
it's a really cool, succinct history, right?
Right, and possibly lead you into going, looking, and researching.
Yeah.
For example, that Adventure Conquer King setting, very heavily influenced by Rome. I mean, it's in the meat of that game, but that game also is, in a fantasy world totally. But I mean, this could add to it. Or if you want to do any kind of historical things, even like if you're playing an immortal game or a vampire game, you could ignore these supernatural crazy monsters and just put those in there. So it's a neat little game. Works with Savage Worlds, so it's a pretty simple system.
Yeah, we've played that before.
Yeah, I think our main campaign we played was an alternate Victorian-y, steampunky era where we went around the mostly United States and all the mythical areas.
Yeah, we didn't play Rome.
No. So
cool. All right, that wraps it up.
Okay, thank you for listening.
Yep. Until next time, game together.